Hey guys, my day started really early this morning. I got to the office before 6, got to my first job before 7, and I've answered 7 calls plus did an evaporator coil. So it's been a busy day, which included something I'm fixing to try and show you right here. But the video for today is the evaporator coil. Here it comes. It's gonna sound crazy, but because I was anticipating the work this week, I woke up at 2:30 yesterday, kind of revved up about what was coming. This is an R-22 system, and because the compressor has been replaced, we're going back with 407C. And we're probably going to be doing away with this. Yeah, we'll be doing away with that. I think I have decided to keep the TXV because this is not going to have a piston, and if it had a piston I could just swap the piston out and use that. There should not be a piston in here, so we're just going to reuse this TXV, we can remake this connection, and I'll just have to unsolder or cut it right here. I went to get my torches to unsolder this, but because this comes down like this, there's a high likelihood there's going to be oil right here. So I'm going to cut this, and we'll just go ahead and pull the coil out and do our soldering later. Nope. Let's see. We're just about ready to pull this out. I gotta take this panel off, and this is gonna be a quick job. Things falling apart. See if I can show you. That piece broke and that one over there is cracked, but we can still use it. This coil is going to come with a 410 piston in it, which would probably work. My word, that was loose. But we're going to take the piston out and reuse the R-22 TXV. Let's see what that is. An 067. Yeah, that would, high likelihood that would work. But I'm not going to risk it. Nope, I ain't gonna risk it. All right. Included is one of these. I'm not real sure how I'm going to use that unless I cut this off, and yeah, I think I'm going to have to cut that off. And in here are 2 screws that go on this right there. In here, we're fixing to slide this back in. There are, I think you can see one right here. There's a little hook that goes in these holes right here. Easier said than done. We have a 7/8 fitting right here, and I have 3/4 pipe. If I'm not mistaken, this is a 3-ton. So I'm having to do what somebody else did on this before. Alright, that fits in there. And that'll work. Not perfect. I'm going to clean up this copper right here. I'm going to have to solder here, here, and here. And then we can hook everything else up. Let's see how we did. Looks solid. Looks nice and solid. I think it looks good. While that's cooling off upstairs, I'm going to go ahead and solder this in. And then we're going to do a pressure test. I got my nitrogen flowing. Had it flowing earlier. I guess I just didn't show it. think we're good. I'm gonna go put that back together up top, and we'll get our pressure test going. Come on, boost that up. We're up to like 60 psi. It's sounding like my tank might be about to run out. Yeah, it is. We're gonna have to settle with whatever we get. It looks like we've settled at about 104.5. .4. I need to check it up top, make sure those flare fittings aren't leaking. I think we're good here. Let's check up top. I think we're doing pretty good. I'm gonna watch it outside for a little while and get ready to pull a vacuum. My pressure held for 10 minutes, only dropped 0.3 psi. So I'm about to crank this up. Oh, it helps if I plug it in. We're pulling on the whole system, so it may take a little while. I've got some work to do up top. Alright, all of this is put back together. I decided not to strap this together because I'm going to leave the spacing. Alright, all we got to do is clean up some outside and got all this put back together. I got to do some cleaning outside and finish my vacuum and get this thing charged up. Here we go. I had to come back to put that in. I realized I forgot it. It took me a long time to pull a vacuum because there was still a tiny bit of oil trapped refrigerant. But we're good now. I've already pressurized, and like I said, we're using 407C because the compressor has been changed. I think that's good. Yeah. So we're gonna weigh in the charge and get this thing going. By the way, these are the connections that I have been asked about. They have the female flare and the male flare on the other end. It's IRP, International Refrigeration Products, number 100-0047. I have no nameplate on this, so we're gonna have to go by superheat and subcooling. I think I'm gonna start off with something like 8 pounds. This is a 3-ton. I don't know, maybe 7. And then we'll start going by superheat and subcooling. Let's see, I got about 5 pounds in. Saturation temperature at 10 degrees. We're at 9 pounds. Looks like I've got 7.4, about 7 degrees subcooling, 17 degrees superheat. I'll watch that for a little bit, and we'll just give it some time, and we may have to add a little bit more. Okay, at 9 pounds, I think I'm going to stay right there. I've got 11 degrees subcooling, 11.7 superheat with 407C, head pressure of 205 and suction of 68. You know, that actually did a whole lot better than when I retrofitted with 422. That did a lot better. See? Thanks for watching, guys. I got a good one coming tomorrow. I'll catch you then.